Hey, hi, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day thus far. I hope you have stayed hydrated and eaten something tasty and healthy. And I am noticing that my internet and my dropped frames on OBS are actually quite high, which is pretty uncommon. So if stream is super laggy and if it ends up looking terrible, let me know and I'll try and see if I can fix it and then restart it. Um, but until I hear word from someone that it's absolutely terrible, we're going to be playing Little Nightmares. Uh, we have one achievement left in Little Nightmares 1, and then we have a handful of them left for 2. And so we're going to try the hard to the core run first and then see how far we can get. I'll probably give it a couple attempts depending on where we end up, but then we're going to be working on Little Nightmares 2. And as always, if anything needs adjusting, let me know and we can get volume shifted and stuff. Okay. New game. Yes, we're overriding. Yeah, that is not looking too good for OBS. Okay. I feel like we got really lucky last time and the chefs were fine and they were good, and then I just blew it accidentally. So hopefully we're gonna do better. Okay. Up we get. Through we get. No, don't light that. So for our internet, we're supposed to have like the fastest one that's available in this area, and it works really well a good chunk of the time, and then it just absolutely decides it wants nothing to do with anyone trying to use it in the house. And it's just kind of a coin toss on which it's gonna be. Get pull the chair. No, we don't push the chair. And we keep going. And again, this timer isn't that tight. I just need to make sure that I'm not making careless mistakes. Confidence that we'll get it eventually. Will we get it today? We might. We might. And if we look like we're about to die, we need to just stop and restart from the checkpoint. And watch as this happens to be the run and my internet just absolutely doesn't cooperate for it. And I should have jumped there. Okay. To leeches. Go, little guy. And I have fallen off of this area before, and we're not gonna do that because it's only like 3 minutes in. Okey-doke. Probably could have saved a couple seconds if I had just jumped across there, but that's okay. Because we're in a hurry, but we're not in that big of a hurry. Slide. That is really dropping frames. Perchance. How are you? Is it looking rough, or are we okay? I know when I was streaming yesterday, we were doing Thank Goodness You're Here, and it ended up, I thought it was my OBS just having an issue with one of my stream keys, but I had to restart it and then it didn't restart on YouTube. Door. The lag, hold on. Okay, and it's entirely possible that that lag is me. Oh. Hello, thank you. Okay, so I am possibly having issues with my internet. Let me know if it's laggy for you, okay? I apologize for any confusion if it's on my end, because it do be booty some days. No, it's... When my internet is good, my internet is great, but, like, there's a good chunk of the time it just does not cooperate. And it'll be really fun, because, like, you'll be playing a game with someone, and then you can't... You're just, like, trying to figure out whose internet is, like, losing its mind. Okay. You can do it. Get the snack. Oh, there she is. I feel like I so selectively remember that that's like bread that we're given. It kind of looks like a fish, and so I keep expecting her to like drop something from it. It's like, no, it's bread. Hello, Mean Mug 713. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you? Okay, go, 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 go. Up we get, and now my stream health is fine. It should be good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay. And that looks like a really high jump. And then it went down again. Okay, go. To the side. Go. Go. Happy Women's History Month, indeed. And I just died. I thought I was climbing. Came across your channel. I hope you have a good stream. Thank you so much. We're doing a hard to the core attempt, and I need to restart, but that's okay. I knew I was going to need to do a couple tries. Okay. New game. We made it a whopping 8 minutes and 45 seconds in, so that's what we're trying to beat. I swear, my OBS is just having a time today. It's like, okay, we're good. Okay, no, we're not. So, if it looks a little laggy, it's probably not your internet. It's probably mine for the time being. Bread Squad raid. You guys are the Bread Squad? That's cool. Okay. Here we go. It's okay, all is forgiven on the lag. Thank you. Joke. Up the stairs without falling off the stairs. Ideally, I know I've fallen off of them before. Okay. Into the next room. Chair. I really want to read that note on the floor. It doesn't change anything, but it would kind of be cool to know who that is. Okay. Open this goes. are so okay. Every time I run over that leech and I survive and I don't feel like I should. Okay, crouch. And then we jump. And we perfectly jumped incorrectly. Balances out all the unfair deaths. I feel like this is one of those games where the majority of the time, I think there's been maybe 1 or 2 deaths that I haven't understood, but the majority of them I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, that's fair, that's fine. Okay, please don't fall off of here. I know you can. Don't do it. Today was so cold. I don't think it rained. I know it was supposed to for us, but it was just freezing. The one that got me last is when you got yanked through the wall. Yeah. Not a fan. That one felt a little unfair. So it snowed within the last week, and then it's just kind of been raining off and on, but then we'll have like 50s and 60s, and so it's just been super inconsistent, and it's impossible to dress appropriately. You'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt, and then you're like, that was a mistake, I need a hoodie. And then the second you put on a hoodie, you're like, okay, well, I'm dying, I'm going to absolutely sweat to death, and there's absolutely no winning. So the only obvious solution is to bring like 5 outfits with you and hope for the best. Okay. Pull over. Toilet paper. And away we go. Okay. The weather struggle is real right now. I wouldn't mind it as much if it stayed more consistent from like 1 hour to the next, but it's like, okay, it's 50 degrees. Okay, now it's 30 and it's windy. Good luck. Hello, it goes. I'm complaining about the weather and I wasn't paying attention because someone very nicely rated and was saying hi and I ran off a platform. But it's going. We're going good. How are you? There's no way he can't get me there. Okay, we go. We go, 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 go. Because I've never seen him turn around, which doesn't mean he doesn't. It just means I haven't experienced it yet. It's World Frog Day. That's huge. I didn't know that. That's glorious. Okay. know you're hungry, little one. Learn something new every day. That's actually on my, like, I kind of decided to, like, attempt a self-improvement training arc, and on my list of things to do is to learn something new every day. So, it's Frog Day. March 20th is World Frog Day, and that's learning something. Look at her go. Up we get, down we get. Alrighty. Do you have a favorite frog? If you're asking me, it's the little desert frog that screams. The frog-shaped one. That's a good response. I distinctly remember, like, the documentary that's like, this is the sonorous war cry of a very angry frog. Okay. Up we get. And then we jump. Nobody clipped that. But that is exactly what that frog sounds like. He's ferocious. It's cute and high-pitched. Yeah, it's not what I did. Okay. Grab on, and then we grab on. We don't just take a header off the platform. And we jump. New PB. Let's go. And then we're not going to pull on the middle one because we've learned. This is when I go, okay, just for kicks and giggles, what happens if we actually just touch the bars? And then we have to start over. And then we still let this little guy out, because obviously. And I thought we missed that. Then we keep it moving. Oh. Shit. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We made it. I didn't think it had the speed to look from all the way over to the left to all the way over to the right that fast. The variety of sounds that this game provides is both fascinating and gross. The sound of the little leeches is what came to mind when you mentioned that. But yes, I agree. Lots of sounds. The laser beam of death. And then we kind of slow down and we keep ourselves centered, because I know I've fallen off of this. I think this was actually the first death in my first attempt. Okie doke. Not that much fuss. Correct, that and the hefty breathing. Are you talking Roger's breathing? Because yeah, I agree. He's just the snuffly... I'm not gonna say it's like pug breathing, but there is some pug vibe to it. I like the tummy growling too. Hello, little ones. Oh, and like the chefs have the breathing too, the snuffly kind of. Okay. A little closer. I feel like every time we've gotten to this room, it's surprised me because you hear something off to the right. And I was like, please don't come in here. Okay, we throw that over there. Then we jump on the bed. Okie doke. A good toss. I can't decide if I like how they handled keys and locks better in Little Nightmares 1 or 2, because in 2 you don't have to like fuss with it as much. The chefs also breathe like they ran up 70 flights of stairs. That's a fair assessment. But also, they're in the masks all the time. I can't imagine my breathing would be that leisurely if I was that encumbered. Hi, little guy. Okay, we're hungry again. Take some hops until we can't. And then I don't think we can hop again. It's fine, there's just questionable meat at the bottom of this cage. That's fine. Okie doke. I wonder what determines whether or not a child gets a bigger cage, or whether a child gets a bigger cage or a smaller cage. Rest in peace, Rodney the rat. We haven't eaten the rat yet. Yet being the operative word. Don't name him, that makes it worse too. I just thought about it. So we just kind of magically get momentum going for her. I don't know that if I was hanged by something from my hands, I could get like trapeze-ish momentum. This is where we, yes, this is where we go up. Game cage selection is purely random. Okay, if you were in this situation, would you want a bigger cage or a smaller cage? This is where I got yoinked from, wasn't it? I think a smaller cage would be easier to break out of. But I'm not sure why I think that. Don't come in here. Go away. Thank you. Okay. Okay, and give me 1 sec. Someone messaged me and said that it's lagging. So I'm going to see if it's my internet or their internet. Give me a minute.